Hi, everyone. Welcome to Coffee Plus Mochi. I'm Christy.
And I'm Maddie.
We're your favorite sisters-in-law. Each week, we introduce you and each other to new things we love and bond over the internet. Maddie, how was your week?
Okay, this week was kind of amazing. So much happened, I guess, with the Olympics. But before I even talk about that, because that's like a whole thing in itself, um, I just wanted to say that I finally finished the dub of Heaven Official's Blessing. Very excited about that. They finally released the last episode. So now I've seen it in, its original form and the dub. And the second volume actually was released, which was amazing. Um, I have not I haven't really started reading it yet, but I have it and it's beautiful, just the cover, and I'm obsessed with that.
Aw. Yeah, maybe we should post that on the Instagram so everybody can see what that looks like, if anyone's wondering.
Yes. Oh my gosh, the art is so beautiful. I'm just obsessed. I even bought the little like figurines for it. I had to pre-order them. Um, the pre-order I think ends in June and then it won't come out till next year, but it's so beautiful and the detail is just so amazing for these little figures. And I am generally a minimalist by heart, but I had to buy them 100%.
They're figurines. Like, are they little keychains or what is it?
No, it's like a little figure, I don't know, like that you could just like have on your desk or your
Oh, it's
shelf or
like a
something.
decorative piece thing.
Yeah, it's called a Nendroid. I think that's what that one is specifically. I know like they make them for very popular things, but they made one and I was obsessed and it's just beautiful.
Okay. So it's kind of like it's like a toy, like a little minute, like a toy
I
thing.
wouldn't call it a toy.
Your your face, you're like, how dare you?
I mean, it's not like something you play with, it's just like something that sits there and makes you happy. I don't
I
know how
was
to.
just trying, I was trying to like paint the picture because when you said figurine, I was like, oh, is it made out of glass? But I know what you mean now. I know what you mean. You mean like it's like it's not an action figure. It's an action figure, right?
No.
It's like a posed figure,
I
right?
can't. Okay, I
It's
guess,
a
but it's like
figurine, whatever.
cute. It's not like a. I don't know how to explain. I have some little figurines for Modazushi. I will post a picture on Instagram. You guys can check our Instagram out and see what that looks like. I made like a kind of mini shrine for all of my MXTX books, so I will post a picture of that. I know, I'm a weirdo. It's okay.
I can't wait to see it.
And other thing I want to mention, because that was really big news for me. But I don't know if all of you guys are into Winter. Winter is the only K-pop concert I have been to in person, and they just released their concert dates for South Korea. Unfortunately, most people won't be able to go, but I was very excited because that just means more people are gonna you know start to release music again because it's been kind of slow over the last couple years with releases and stuff. So I'm very excited about that. So now Big Bang and Winner, they both like are having some movement and I'm very excited about that.
How random is that? They were quiet even before everything happened. Like, when was the last time Winter? Oh wait, when did you go to the Winter concert?
Uh that was 2018.
Oh yeah.
But okay, they were actually active before that. In 2019 they actually did have a concert here in the States. Unfortunately, I was not able to go to that just because of school stuff. It was just out of my ability to be able to go to that concert. Broke my heart completely. I don't know if you remember that, Christy, but heartbroken. Because I actually did have tickets, but then stuff happened and I couldn't go anymore. So but I'm just so happy. I hope that Big Bang will actually get to have another concert here because, yeah, I haven't seen them here in forever, actually. I know that they were here in like 2016, but obviously I was not a fan at the time. So it's very sad.
Mm. I just looked up Mino. He's according to Wikipedia, he's the rapper for Winter. That's what they call him. And I was looking at his birthday. You guys are actually really close in age.
Yeah. Why did you think we weren't?
I don't know. I like he has, he has like a boyish face and everything, but for whatever reason, I thought he was way older. That he was like in his mid-30s or something.
Oh, that's probably because like I would talk to you about Top and G Dragon all the time, and they're like in their mid
They're older.
30s.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think he's like Brandon's age, but I could be wrong.
He's 28.
Oh yeah, so yeah, he's Brandon. Oh wait, no, he's a year younger than Brandon. Yeah,
Dang. Yeah, so he's a baby. No, he's not a baby. That's old me talking. Sorry. Yeah, tangent. Sorry. That's awesome though. I'm so excited. I actually want to go. I would love to see them live.
which group or both?
Winner.
Oh, okay.
Big Bang, yeah, but Winner, I know more of their songs.
I'm just so obsessed with them, and I'm just so excited they're back. But I'm actually really sad that they're kind of coming back right now, just because Mino and Sooyoon, they both have not done their military service yet. So pretty much they're gonna come back,
Oh
have their it's gonna be
no.
like their last thing before we have another 2 year hiatus without them.
Ugh.
So after this, I'm gonna have to wait 2 more years. So it's a little bit sad.
Yeah, literally that's the first thing I thought was like we're gonna go through this all over again. They're gonna start up and then they're gonna disappear. Oh no. So that means if they're having their concert this year, Maddie, we have to find a way to go.
Oh, wait, so this is the thing. Even if we could somehow end up in South Korea, they have such strict laws right now that like we can't go anywhere. Like you have to have an official phone number in South Korea to actually be able to like get this little QR code to be able to enter places right now. So
Oh, okay.
you can't go anywhere. Many foreigners can't go anywhere if you go there right now. Um, and even if you get like they have like little phone numbers you can get that are temporary phone numbers, but they
Mhm.
made it so that those don't work.
Dang, okay.
Yeah, so there's no way. I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, because actually I found out about that on TikTok because of what's the group? Oh my gosh, I keep on forgetting their name. They're way bigger. They have the Butter song.
Oh my gosh, what's her name?
It's like right there. I know like their Korean name, but I just don't know the
BTS.
BTS. Thank you. So BTS, someone posted that like because they're having a concert right now. Well, not right now, but they have a concert coming up. And for them, someone was like, "Well, even if you could go, you can't really go because you have to have that thing to be able to get into the concert."
See, they just have to bring it over here. They just have to do a full tour and not be, and
No,
not
I
just
get
stay in
it.
Korea.
I get that they like, everything going on right now, why they're staying in Korea, but
You never know what could happen at the end of the year. I feel like, every year we've been thinking that things are going to change and things are going to get better. And maybe this is the year where, suddenly everything opens up. Coachella just announced that they're not going to be having any kind of vaccination mandates. They're going to have no mask mandates. They're going to have nothing. Anyone can go in any way. So
that's scary, but okay.
I, I know it's scary, but I also see that things are going to be opening up a lot more. And guess what? If they announced a concert, we could still, take the proper precautions and go. Maybe.
Honestly, though, hearing that makes me so sad because, like, I know that Japan is gonna be like, no foreigners are coming in now. And I love Japanese concerts so much. Like, I would love to go to a winter concert in Japan again. I just loved it so much. Everyone was so amazing being there. And I just want to go back to going to that, but it's fine. I can go to a concert here in the States. It's fine. I'm just like, I've seen the best, so now I want to stay over there and do my concerts over there.
It's like going to your first basketball game and having box seats and then being like, I can't have nosebleeds. I can't even sit in the middle. Like I have to repeat that experience. That's not my experience. I'm just giving an example. But yeah, I can kind of see where you're coming from, Maddie.
Yeah,
But
so oh, sorry. The issue for me is that I've actually never been to a concert where I had to be far away because I went to that winter
um,
concert and that was like the only actual real concert I've been to. But the other like kind of concert I went to was the Ellen DeGeneres show, the outdoor concert for not for winter, sorry, for One Direction. And I was like probably like 15, 20 feet away from the stage for that one too. So
That's
I feel like
amazing. Yeah.
I've been very blessed, I guess, with getting to see these people live and very close.
Mhm.
So I've just never had faraway seats, but I guess I do need to realize that's not normal. So yeah.
Well, it isn't like if we go to a concert here, like you're not going to be able to see them up close. So you can still see them up close, especially if you were planning to spend a lot more to go overseas.
Mhm.
You can spend a little bit more and get closer seats.
I mean, I had VIP seats for the winter concert here in the States, so I was already like on it. But
Where was that one going to be?
that one, okay, they actually had a lot of, well, they didn't have a lot, but they had one in San Francisco, which is the one I was going to go to. And then they had one in LA. And I just couldn't go to those because of, life. But I really would have loved to go to those. I had my ticket,
Mm.
so, but it's okay.
See, then I think your experience is going to be like an experience that's going to possibly match that would be if you don't want to spend too much money, would be probably going to see them at a festival, right? Because then just you can just camp out. Just find a spot in the front and
Sit there all day.
just sit there all day.
That would be me, 100%.
No bathroom breaks for you.
I'll wear a diaper. I heard people do that.
People do that. People get catheters.
Okay, I'm not doing that. That was a joke. The diaper thing was already a joke. So.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that out loud. But I've heard some things.
Okay, you see, this is why. Just go to Japan, because Japan, you have your seat already, and I don't have to deal with that. I can just literally go right in, and it's
You
beautiful.
know who does like seated. Well, I feel like a lot of concerts do that because if you go to the Greek does that where you can do kind of a general admission but get really close up and still be seated. They have a pit section, but then they have seats that are really far up, really close. And also Hollywood Bowl does that too. But Hollywood Bowl is really expensive.
Mm.
And so I wouldn't recommend that. We actually saw a Coldplay at the Hollywood Bowl, and that was pretty exciting because we were on the floor, and it was like actually kind of a similar experience to what you explained, like what you shared when you went to the winter concert, where we were being ushered through the like first we went like downstairs to show we had like these little like flashy wristbands. They were silver and glittery and super cute, and we showed them at the door. They took us through this tunnel, and then it felt like like it feels special. It feels like you're about to go backstage. We didn't obviously go backstage, but then we just go down. We're on the ground, and we're looking around, and you can just see all the seats all around us, and
Yeah.
everybody has like their little flashy stick things because
Hmm.
apparently, so basically with the Coldplay tour that they were doing, they give everybody these little watch things that would kind of glow. And so during certain songs, your wristband watch would glow with the song, and then it would flash different colors and stuff. And so we could just see all of them glowing all around us, and we're just on the
Yep.
floor and we're just like and so we sat down, and we were pretty close. I don't know how far we were, but like halfway through the concert, right next to us there was a stage, and we were wondering like what's that stage about, but we didn't think about it too much. And then they actually ended up performing on that stage, and it was amazing. Like everyone just ran to it, and we were super close. And they did a couple songs, like two or three songs, and then they went back to the main stage. But they had like fireworks and like confetti, and it was that year they actually did win so a bunch of awards for the best concert experience of the year, whatever. So that was insane. But I think the reason I bring it up is just like the fact that we were like able to get ushered in and stuff. When you were telling
Yep.
me the other day, I thought about it, but I didn't mention it. But yeah, like not very much has compared to that since,
Yeah,
especially
that's
especially
exactly.
like when you're just standing there, like I can't go to the bathroom because I'm gonna lose my spot. That's not fun.
Um, so the cool thing about you said about the wristbands, that's literally every K-pop concert because everyone has their light sticks. Like every single K-pop group has their own light stick that you bring for that purpose.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
I
like
love that. I love
everyone is
when you're
different.
able to kind of, because then you feel like you're a part of the, like you're waving your thing, and then it's like the lights are synchronized to the music. Like I don't know if it was the same that same one or if it was something else that I saw on for Lollapalooza maybe. Someone had um these really big balloons that were just bouncing around the crowd, and then they were like lighting up with different colors, and it was just creating like this whole visual experience that I'm like, oh, just if you're gonna spend the money, like I'm like, just give me the experience, man. And yeah, I
The
can't, man,
thing
Maddie, you're
oh,
making me miss going to concerts.
I know. No,
How
but okay,
dare
the thing
you?
I love about the concerts in like Korea and Japan is that everyone knows the chants and everyone knows like the way that you hold the light sticks. Like I was following others because there's a specific like way you move the light sticks and everything. And it's just an amazing experience.
So like, it's like a choreographed thing.
Yeah, like a lot of people like know this stuff and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, this is like the coolest thing ever." Cuz it was just done so well and then I'm just like the weird foreigner that doesn't know what I'm doing, but it was still fun.
So the next one, you're gonna go online and be like, okay, like let's learn this dance real quick. Mm,
Yeah, and like there's a fan
yeah,
chant,
okay,
like you fan
good to
chant like
know.
all of their names in a specific order, and like there's a beat that goes with
Mm.
it, and I loved it was just the best experience. So I'm sure it'll be similar here because you know, so there'll be some crazy fans that know all of that, like me. Well, on to the main event that I actually want to talk about. I don't know how much of the Olympics you watched, but I mainly just watched figure skating, and there was so much drama this year. It was crazy.
Wait, okay. Since I was a kid, I always watched the figure skating, and I also love gymnastics. But this year I missed everything. So take me through it. What happened?
Okay, I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna start with the little stuff and then I'm gonna get to the bigger drama just because I want to have the happy stuff first. So, Nathan Chen won. He's from America. It's fine. I knew nothing.
Wait, was he there? He was there before.
Yes,
He's like super young, right?
I don't know how young. He's younger than me, so yes. I
Okay.
guess he is kind of young, but I just don't know his exact age. The favorite to win was Yuzuru Hanyu just because he skates very beautifully and that's kind of where TikTok led me. I did not really know about Yuzuru Hanyu until this year just because of TikTok. Literally, I'm pretty sure that because I watch Yuri on Ice and I loved Yuri on Ice, they put me in the Yuzuru Hanyu fan group because all of this week and last week, all I had on my For You page was Yuzuru Hanyu stuff, and it was kind of crazy.
Oh my
So,
gosh, I had to look him up online. The outfits are insane. Like I'm looking at this, it looks like a leather jacket. I'm sure it's not because it has to be danceable
mhm.
material, but oh wow, this is amazing.
I
Okay,
am now a
sorry, not to
fan.
interrupt you. Go.
Oh no, no, it's totally fine. I'm a big fan of him now. Like I didn't know who he was, but I'm like, dang, I wish I had known who he was. Um, of course, Nathan Chen did a very good job. So for Yuzuru Hanyu, he was the one that was supposed to win, that everyone was assuming would win, I guess. But he like popped one of his jumps, his main jumps, and which was very crazy. Everyone was very surprised about it. It's kind of funny. Everyone was very surprised about it, but I was just like, okay, because I had no idea who he was. But I was seeing all this stuff on TikTok. Um, but apparently, there was actually a hole in the ice. And so he saw it and he jumped out of the way because he knew it would hurt him. Yeah. So that's why he popped his jump and why he like pretty much lost the gold. But even though he did that, and then for
Wait, so there was an issue with the ice, and so he was trying to like save his ankles, I'm sure, and they didn't allow him to redo it. When did they find out that this happened?
So after his performance, he went back to that spot where he jumped, and you see, like, he points to it, and you see in the camera, like on whatever your phone, your TV, wherever you watch it, there's a hole right where he had been skating. But no, they did not like let
Wow,
him do anything.
that's nuts.
Yeah. So unfortunate, but that stuff happens. Even though that happened, he also, I think he messed up a little bit in his other skating performance. But even with messing up like major skills, he still got fourth place because that's just how good he is.
Wow.
Yeah. And then in the gala, because of course I was on TikTok, I saw his like stuff at the gala and it was the most adorable stuff ever. And I was just like, okay, I love this. I'm so his fan now. So 100% love him now. And since we're still I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot, but because of the male skating stuff, um, Yuri on Ice released an official photo,
I saw that.
and I think I sent it to you, and
You
I was
sent
like,
it to
"Oh
me.
my gosh!" And it was like
I love
of
how they're like zooming into all the little details and they zoom into the dog. I'm just like, okay.
Maka-chan is adorable.
Oh, I had to rewatch the whole first it was season, right? You would consider it a season?
It was a full season, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was a pretty great show. So it's coming back. When's it coming back?
Okay, so for Yuri on Ice, technically, there's not going to be another season. There's only going to be a movie. It's called
Oh,
Ice Adolescence. Yeah, I'm very sad about
mm,
that because it seems like it's gonna be about when they're younger, and I don't want when they're younger because that means
mhm.
Yurio's not gonna really be around because he's a child. Maybe he'll like have a little moment, but it's mainly just gonna
They're
be
gonna
Victor,
have
I
that
think.
unless, yeah, that means they're not gonna really show them together.
And that kind of breaks my heart, but it's okay. At least I got that really cute picture. It's official art of them at the Olympics. Victor's wearing a coaching jacket for Japan. Um,
Mhm.
I love that he was wearing a KN95, and then Yakov, his old coach, was there coaching Yuri, and Yuri's just like, I'm done with you. Yurio's just like, I'm done with you. And that whole picture just made my day, made my week actually. It was very cute.
So much. Mm.
Okay, anyways, I'm sorry. Last thing, I think that you're really gonna like this little bit of drama. Well, it's not like a good drama, I'm not gonna lie, but so one of the girls, the female skaters for
Mhm.
Russia, the girl that got second place, she flipped out. She was
Mm.
crying, really angry, because she landed 5 quads and she did
Oh.
not get first place. The other girl did not do 5 quads. I don't remember how many she did, but she did not do 5 quads. So there was like this huge, crazy, how dare you? She's very angry. She was yelling. She hated figure skating. She was never gonna get on the ice again. She went out to receive her like reward, her medal. Actually, they didn't do the medal ceremony for any figure skating because of Kamila Vilieva. So they just like held these little things, these little pandas, and she was flipping the camera off
Oh
while she's
my, I have to go and I have to find this. this is this is some intense
so much
drama. How did I
drama.
miss this?
I know it was crazy. So it was just crazy. So, okay, this is how it was. You have the first place girl, right? She won
Mhm.
first place. She's like sitting there by herself, just sitting on a couch, like zoned out, okay? Then you have the other girl
Mhm.
crying. So the coaches are all trying to console her. You have the girl that got fourth place crying. The coaches are trying to like console her. So while the coaches are trying to console the other girls, the person that won first place during the happiest moment is just like sitting there like this.
Mhm.
Sorry, you guys can't see, but like all sad and just sitting in the corner by herself. And I was just like,
Uh,
what?
that's
So
horrible. So she was just like she was trying to keep it together for them because she's like clearly I can't celebrate. Wait, and these are all people on her team.
yeah, and they're all
That's
competing for Russia.
that's horrible.
So it
Like
was
I
just a
understand
crazy.
there's a lot of pressure and I'll never understand the pressures of being an Olympic skater or any kind of Olympic athlete, but I feel like that's pretty messed up of them because they know that this is such a big moment for her.
Yeah.
That's messed up, man.
So I'm not a crazy big fan, but I do like gymnastics and figure skating. So I was very excited to get to watch those, but it's absolutely crazy um how much drama there is, and I didn't even know about any of this type of stuff. So it was kind of cool to see all
I feel
this
like
for the
I've
first
never seen
time.
that kind of drama at the Olympics before.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like a normal thing. I was like, oh wow, this is like Crazy.
Well, except for the Tanya Harding thing, right?
Oh yeah,
That was pretty
that was
a
pretty bad.
pretty big deal. But I'm sure there's been other stuff, but also like as a kid, you kind of don't you don't know about that stuff, you know? I don't
That's
know.
true.
I didn't at least.
Honestly, I wouldn't have known about
Man,
any of
well, I
this
guess
without TikTok.
yeah. I mean, and that probably blows it up a lot bigger, right? So aside from just seeing it on the news or wherever they would show it, you're seeing it on social media and everybody's reposting it and like showing their recordings from when they were watching it live. So that
Yeah.
must be very, very difficult for them.
Yeah, everyone on TikTok was
Mm,
like, this was so traumatizing. And if you watch it, it is very traumatizing to see these little girls having meltdowns. It's
gosh.
pretty
And they're not
surprising.
little girls though, right? They're
They're
women. They're
15,
just
15, 16-year-olds.
oh, oh dang. Yeah. Okay, I guess I take back what I said. Like you can't yeah, that's really hard to control your emotions at 15, 16. But I mean, if you're I don't know, that's all I'm going to say. I'll just
Okay,
leave that one alone.
now that I've given you all this drama, please tell me something that I've talked for it's way too long. How
No.
was your week?
Well,
I'm so
okay,
sorry.
look, my week was absolutely consumed by Love is Blind. I first off, let me start off by saying okay, so Love is Blind it came out with a new spin. It's like a spin-off, but it's just like a whole new collection based in Japan. So I told you before about Brazil. They did a version in Japan and it was really good. Like I binge watched the first 5 episodes in one night and it was really good. And then
Wow.
I
Oh my
realized
gosh.
that, yeah, it was like each one's like an hour, so it's like 5 hours. But anyway, that's not the main point. Let's not focus on that. The reason I bring that up is because I was very excited about it, and then I realized that they actually had a whole another collection that they released in America. And I didn't realize that Japan was not the main one. So I was like, oh man, now I have 5 more episodes of a whole new cast, a whole new series that I have to watch. And so I was watching that over a week. My entire week has been consumed by Love is Blind. Just to give you a little bit of info on it, Love is Blind is basically, I feel like I've talked about it before, right? But basically the concept is you're meeting these people. It starts with 14 girls, 14 women, 14 men. Everyone's meeting on opposite sides of a wall with no idea of what the other person looks like. So it's really interesting because they get to then propose to each other sight unseen, and they get to either say yes or no, right? And so what I've noticed, and this is a common theme along like all of the different collections, is you get to see the drama of what happens when you say yes to one person and then you meet them in real life and you get to meet the person that you're engaged to, and it can all be super great. And the problem that you see sometimes is that the face doesn't match the voice, like maybe this is like a super suave talker, but when you see him he's like a super nerdy dude and that's not your type. Or like what I noticed in Japan, there's actually a couple where she the it's so interesting. Honestly, the most interesting thing about watching all of these three at the same time is that you can see how the cultural differences are they're just so different in every single country, right? So in Japan, there's a couple where they're pretty young, but the woman has been married before. She got married when she was 21, and she was only married for 1 year. But then the guy that is interested in her has like a lot. He has to think about that. He's like, oh wow, I have to think about that because that is a
That's
big
a big
deal.
deal. Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, what? What do you mean? Like, she didn't have a child. She's she's divorced. There's no attachment still. So what is the problem here? And it's just because
She's
there was a
divorced. Yeah.
prior relationship there. And so interestingly enough, that couple, he ends up being okay with it. And then he meets her, they meet in person, and she has a really hard time. Now she's having a hard time because when she meets him, he has blonde, spiky hair. And apparently that's, I mean, it's not something that she's
It's weird.
comfortable with.
It's weird
She's
in
like,
Japan.
you look scary. He doesn't even have tattoos. And she's like, you look scary. Like, I feel like you're going to beat me up. Like, she says that multiple times and then tells him,
Yeah.
you should have warned me. And he's like, what do you mean, warned you? And she's like, that I would probably be scared of you. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm just tripping out the whole time. See, compared to Brazil, and Brazil, which I've mentioned before, I watched a few episodes and then I stopped because it just wasn't super interesting to me, but I was on a bender, so I went back in. And then it's just, that is completely, everyone there, like literally every single woman on that show has tattoos. And it's super chill, like it's fine. They just like, the culture is just different. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about Love is Blind. Oh, I'm calling it the OG version, right? So America, this collection, this season is based in Chicago, and there's drama, dude. There's like, I want you to watch this so badly. I'm just gonna, spoilers ahead. I'm just gonna say, so there's this one couple where, I'm so excited about this. It's like, not, it's kind of sad. This one couple, they are meeting in the pods, right? They have such a strong
I'm
connection,
sorry. Actually, can I
and
stop you for a second?
yeah.
Before you go on anymore. Okay. I really don't know anything about Love is Blind, so just for people that haven't seen it, okay, from my understanding, they don't meet initially. So, like, do they talk for a few times first? Like, how many times do they
Yes.
talk first, I guess?
Okay, that's a good question. So they have about 2 weeks, right? They have about 2 weeks to get to know each other through the pods. And so that's not a long time, but they get to talk to whoever they want as often as they want. And they're not going to work. They
Hmm.
don't have their phones, so they have no distractions. All they're focused on is talking to these people. A lot of them have notebooks where they keep little notes about each of the people that they talk about, because they don't have faces that they can put to these stories, these life experiences that they're sharing, or people are sharing with them. And so
Okay.
all they're doing is taking notes. They're asking all the real questions. Yeah, they talk about all of the big things. Like, they're trying to see where the other person stands in terms of religion, how many kids they want, what are their career goals. But what they try and encourage them to do is try and just focus on the person's heart, because they want you to fall in love with this person regardless of what their it just sounds silly, because these are important things, right? Like, you don't want to be in a committed relationship with someone when your, like, core values are so ridiculously different. And
Yeah.
so you have some people that they do talk about finances and things like that. And then of course you have some that they just talk about, who they are as a person and whatever. So these two people, Jarrett and Mallory,
Hmm.
they got to know each other. They were connecting, but Jarrett was also connecting with this girl, Ayana. Mallory was also connecting with this guy, Sal. So Mallory is like, Jarrett feels like the guy that I've gone out with before. He's a sports guy. He's like, meets all those things that I'm interested in. But Sal is the one that I see a future with. He's like the guy that makes me feel calm. He's like super romantic. He's like the guy that would treat me right, kind of thing. And then Jarrett is having a hard time deciding between Ayana and Mallory, and then he just goes for the plunge and asks Mallory to marry him. And then in that moment she decides, no, I want to be with Sal. So then Jarrett is heartbroken. Mallory feels sad that she broke his heart, but then Jarrett picks himself back up and goes and proposes to Ayana. And so this is actually the first time that this has ever happened before in Love is Blind history. And it's the whole concept is just crazy. Like, literally people are meeting, and within 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks, because some propose faster than others, they're getting engaged, and then they're going on their honeymoon, and then they're moving in with each other, and they live with each other for 3 weeks before they decide if they want to be married to this person. And it's just chaos. One
Crazy.
couple, so Shane is this super kooky guy, and he's entertaining these two women as well. He has Natalie, who is like super solid, has her life together. She's just looking for kind of like her companion that can, make her life that much more. And then he's also entertaining this other woman who, her name is Shayna, and they seem like on face, like, because we can see them, we're seeing like Shane and Shayna, they're like these like super good looking people who probably go out and drink and just probably go to the gym all the time. On those basic things, they seem like they would probably be better together, but he's having like these really deep conversations with the other one. So he decides to he decides to propose to Natalie. And when he's proposing to Natalie, the one that he's had this really strong emotional connection with, instead of Natalie walking in, Shayna walks into the room because she knows he's about to propose and wants to lay it all on the table, and tells him, I really feel strongly for you. And I know you've been holding back because I never told you how I feel. I just kind of was just keeping it very shallow, but I just wanted to let you know. And he's like, okay. The crazy thing about this is that he tells her, like, it's too late. I'm already going to propose to Natalie. And so I appreciate that you're sharing this with me, but it's too late. So she leaves that, and then she ends up going back to she goes back into the dating pool and literally accepts a proposal from some other guy. And she realizes that this guy is an atheist, and she's like a hardcore Christian, but she's like, it could work. And it's because she's still hung up on Shane. And so fast forward, eventually they go to Mexico on their honeymoon. Shane and Natalie are super happy. Shayna and her dude are not so great. She ends up leaving him on the honeymoon, goes back home, has him meet her parents. They're like, dude, you're not religious. Like, this isn't going to work, really. And then she decides we can't be together. But then they all have like a little gathering where they're like inviting other people and like all their friends so that everyone can kind of meet each other. And she shows up, and she tells, apparently, like, she had called Natalie and was like, hey, so if everything doesn't work out, like, I have a friend I can introduce you to. Like, she's really trying to wedge herself
Gosh.
in there. And so it's just stuff like that. Like, in the pods, they don't have to worry about that stuff because they're just talking to this person, and that's it. Like, they're kind of like, they're just isolated. But then when
Yeah.
they go back to their lives, they have to kind of deal with all their family's opinions, aside from the fact that this is just like a crazy experiment. It's just a lot. It's just so much, and I'm trying to like share with you all of the details, but there's so much I can't even get into it because I am 9 episodes in, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but so much happens. it's like
No, I'm sure. I'm sure it's a
it's
lot.
just like it's just like 5 whirlwind romances, and that's just one, right? And we still have Japan, and we still have, now I'm like back on Brazil. Like, Maddie, you got to stop me, I am out of control.
Wait, so but you're
And
done with Japan though, right?
no, so Japan, they released another 5 episodes, or another 4, and then they're going to release the last one, so I have to still finish. I just got into the place where they've all moved in together. So now they're kind of like starting to see like what they're really about, what their quirks are,
Gotcha.
so
Okay.
that's where we're at.
Well, I love this Love is Blind thing. I don't know if I'll watch it, to be honest with you. I'm kind of more of like, I like cartoon love compared to real love.
It's interesting because this show, like, there's this one guy who they all knew that they were signing up for this show, obviously, But I don't know if it was because of like everything that's happening or what, but when they signed up for this one, they said, don't put your lives on hold, keep on with your life. And so he started dating a girl and told her, we're in an open relationship. I've signed up for this experiment. And if I get called, I'm gonna go. And so they've apparently been together for 2 years, like the entire time up until he got called. And he got called to go on the show. And he's like, all right, peace, I'm going. And then he proposes to this girl, right? And then
Wow.
the girl apparently the ex-girlfriend shows up to his sister's house and is just freaking out because she's like, how is he getting married? Like, we've been together for 2 years. What's happening? But it's like such an interesting concept. Like, how can you, I get it, because like the whole idea of it is that you're going to meet someone super genuine. And so if there's anything that was bothering you in that relationship that you were in, this is like an easy out. You're like, I signed up for this experiment, like I'm going to go, then in that short time he like finds his soulmate, quote unquote. I don't know, it's just things
Hmm.
like that are hard. Like if this person has been like unlucky in love and they haven't been in a relationship and stuff, it kind of makes sense to me because I'm like, yeah, this is the perfect way to meet someone. But if you're perfectly fine like meeting people, like I'm like, why are you even doing this? Like it's just interesting. I don't know. But okay, that's all I have to say about the show. I could go on.
Okay.
Actually, I could go on forever, but that's all I want to say. I don't want to hold this up because we have some awesome stories that we're going to be talking about today. Maddie, you found us some stories for this
Yeah.
week.
So this week we decided, since you and I have both been very onto fitness and exercise and stuff. I found a really good subreddit of Am I the A-hole stories about weight loss and like different situations with family members or friends, and like if they're like not supporting their partners when their weight loss things or being mean about weight loss. And I just thought it could be kind of interesting because you never really think about these types of stories.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you found.
All right, I'm gonna get into the first one. I, this is a pretty short one, but I think it was really, I don't know, crazy. I don't know how to explain this one. Um, so the title of the story is Am I the a-hole for buying my wife a weight loss kit for her birthday? I think we already know the answer, so, but
Oh,
I just thought, okay, let's give it a try. Let's see if he can fix this. Okay, I'm a 25-year-old guy and I'm married to my wife who's 24. Okay, so recently I've noticed that she's gained a bit of weight. Not crazy or anything ridiculous, but a bit. I'm into fitness myself, so I like to stay active and healthy in general. Well, her birthday was a couple days ago, and along with some other gifts, I got her a weight loss slash workout bundle kit. Immediately, she became upset with me about it and was thinking I was mad at her or saying she's fat, which I wasn't. I tried explaining to her why I did it, but she didn't want to hear me. It's been a couple days now, and she's still pissed about it. Am I the a-hole?
okay. I want to know what his explanation was gonna be for why he did it because it's pretty obvious. There's nothing he can say that's gonna make that feel that's gonna make that hurt any less.
I agree. I think that in a way he was trying to be nice. I hope so. I hope he wasn't doing it to be mean. I think it was just maybe he was just like, "Hey, this would be a nice gift." I don't
I
know.
think the only way that this is a good gift is if she specifically said, I'm having a really hard time losing weight. I need help. Can you please help me?
I agree.
Like she explicitly tells Matt, or if she's a bodybuilder and they have that relationship where they like
Discuss
he
fitness.
you know what I mean? That's the
Yeah.
only two situations. And he knows that she has something coming up, and they have like some kind of a pact that they made beforehand, like if I'm having a hard time, get me back to it. That's the only, I can't imagine that any explanation he has for her is going to make this okay, because he's literally going to be like, I noticed you gained weight.
Yep.
So that's why I
I
got you this
agree.
present.
So I want to read some comments. This person said, "You're the a-hole. That's not a gift. That's an accusation that she's not good enough in your eyes." And I 100% agree with that. This other
Ugh.
person said, "You're the a-hole. You weren't just calling her fat. You were also telling her to stop being fat on her birthday."
Mm, this is this is horrible.
My thing is, I totally agree that he is an a-hole, but I think he was trying to be nice, but I just feel like he did it completely wrong. At least I'm hoping, because, like, I don't know. I just hope in these types of situations someone has like the nicest
The
hopes,
worst
but
part is that it's
ugh.
like, oh, I noticed she's gained a bit of weight. Not crazy or anything, but a bit. It's like, you've noticed she gained a bit of weight? Like, I'm wondering, are they hardcore fitness people where he's like he has just a perfect body? You know, like what does he want her keeping tabs on like how much like extra pudge he has? Like what? I think it's always best just be like, is this something that I would like to get as a gift? But
Mhm.
also not because, oh, I'm super excited about working out, but if I was feeling bad about myself, if I was like struggling with whatever certain issues and that was leading to my weight gain, is this what I would want? Because like I'm sure he looked at that bundle, that workout bundle, and was like, this is going to be so cool to have in the house. Like maybe that's what he was thinking. He's like, we could both use this. And then he went off on this like this like thought
No,
train. I
but
don't even
okay.
know what to call it.
Actually, what you just said right now, okay, you said if he thought, if he said, I wonder if this would be a good gift for myself, you know? He was like, this is a
Mhm.
great gift because I would love this. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's the thing, is that like
But obviously, I think you
I
have to
don't
think
know,
about
I
what
don't
a
know if
gift
he's
says to someone, right?
totally, totally, because that's the thing, is like maybe she's not in that same mindset that he's in. Like maybe he just happens to be super into fitness right now, and so he feels a certain way about it. But yeah, you just gotta just don't. I don't know.
But yeah. So
I want
overall,
to. I want to hear
yes,
some more comments. Do you see it? Did you see any more?
I'm looking through them. Oh, here. This person
This
says,
reminds me of like, go.
oh no, finish your thought and then we can go on.
This reminds me of that commercial that I don't know if it was last year or a couple years ago, where the husband buys his wife a Peloton. Do you remember that?
No, I don't watch commercials. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't know if it was like if it was an online ad or if it was like a legit commercial on TV, but I remember everybody was freaking out because it was it was a Peloton commercial about, like they don't explicitly say like, oh, she gained weight and da, da. It was more like he was just trying to be nice. But the commercial just basically makes it seem um like she's happy about it. It's supposed it's supposed to be, so I don't know, maybe he's thinking like
A great gift.
this is what she's gonna want, but I don't know.
Okay, this is a funny comment. This is a troll, right? No one is this obtuse. Due to fundamental need to believe in humanity, I'm choosing to believe so. But on the off chance, yes, 100% the a-hole.
OMG. Yeah. I mean, but I think what you said is so right. Like some people are that obtuse, right? I stick to the belief that he was like, I think it would be really cool if we could both use this, because I don't want to believe that he was just saying like she needs help and let me help her out. Like she doesn't need your help, dude. She got this.
Oh, good. I agree. So hopefully he had good thoughts, but yes, in this situation, for sure, you're the a-hole. I'm sorry.
Hmm. Yeah, I think we could
Oh,
both agree on that.
exactly. All right, I'm gonna move on to the next one. The title is Am I the A-hole for not commenting on my friend's weight loss? Friend and I are both mid to late 20s women. I've always been average weight for my height. Previously, I think she probably would have been in the obese category, but we never talked about it, so I'm not sure. Over the last 6-ish months, she has lost a pretty significant amount of weight. She's been eating healthy and getting really into fitness classes, so it's totally a positive thing. I can tell she feels more confident just based on how she dresses, and she just seems very happy overall. I'm not sure what sparked this change, but it seems to just be working for her. I have never commented on her body at all. We talk a lot about different workout classes and strategies to stay motivated, and when we hang out, we try to go to salad places and stuff like that. So, we do talk about all this new stuff in her life, but her appearance and weight loss just do not come up, and probably this is somewhat on purpose from my end. I feel awkward if I'm being honest. I think even if she were to straight up ask me if she looked like she lost weight, I would be like, "You've always looked great." LOL. And I'm sure this comes from my own internal biases or whatever. Recently, we were hanging out with another mutual friend who was showering her in compliments based on her appearance. It really made me wonder if I was being an asshole for basically pretending I hadn't noticed her physical changes. I know it's something she's proud of, and in the same sense, if I dyed my hair and people just didn't comment at all, I would probably be hurt. So, am I the a hole, or is it just okay to continue what I'm doing?
Hmm.
In this situation, like, I don't know, I guess when you do lose a lot of weight, you do want people to like mention it, right? Like you want like I don't know
Yeah.
to be
I think if you're a good
complimented.
friend, you gotta tell your friends how you feel. And if you think that she looks great. My thing is, why is it so hard? Like, why are you struggling so much to be like I get this person has always been average weight, right? So they've never dealt with any kind of insecurities about their weight, I'm guessing, even though I would assume that everyone deals with insecurity about their weight, but apparently this person has never dealt with that. Um, but in 6 months, this person is like transformed themselves. Even their mood is different. But I don't understand why they're thinking about it so much. Maybe they feel like they um they don't want to just focus on the body, like they don't want to be like, oh, you needed to lose weight or something like that. So they're worried about saying the wrong thing. But
Yeah, I get that type of impression too, that they're kind of just more worried about hurting their feel other person's feelings, or like maybe just like making it all about that because obviously they wanted to be friends with that person before, so maybe they're like, oh, I don't want them to think I'm treating them differently because of that. I don't know.
hmm,
Like
it's
I just don't know.
interesting. I think this is a learning moment. And I'm gonna say that it's important to make people feel good about themselves. Um, and if you notice that someone is doing something that's changing their life, like you should say something. Because it's not just like but she doesn't say that her friend was significantly overweight. She just says, I think she probably would have been. Oh no. See, that's why I think I read a bunch of parts of it wrong. so so it seems like I think even just for the fact that this person is um being more healthy, you know what I mean, like they're probably extending their life and stuff, so you want to encourage them to continue on this journey, she notices that it's not like whatever the person is doing, whatever her friend is doing, it seems like it's making a change in other aspects of her life, and so that's a good thing,
Yes.
right? And so you encourage your friend and be like, you know what? Like I noticed, like you, dang girl, you're looking good. Like say you gotta keep your friends like feeling good. It's not a one-way relationship. I know I in the past have not taken the time to tell people how much I care about them or to make them feel good about themselves. Um, and so that's why I'm saying this person is an asshole. You gotta change your ways and just, do a little bit more for your friends and for the people that you love because everybody wants to know like how like it's like she's obviously happier, she's you know confident, and so you at least say that like dude, like I've noticed it and I can see that you're more confident and your skin is glowing or whatever it is that you're noticing. Just be honest, like don't lie, just be honest.
I agree, 100%. The thing is that like by not saying anything, you might also look like you're jealous or like that you're not happy about your friend having these changes,
Yeah.
which may not be the case, but
Mhm.
like it will make you seem like that too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think that this person, see, this is another thing. I don't think their intentions are bad, but still not the correct thing to do.
Yeah. I 100% agree with that. I think they just don't know how to compliment people for whatever reason. Their own personal experiences um have not created this person yet who is able to share how they feel maybe. But she's being very honest with the fact that she just doesn't um she says, I'm sure this comes from my own internal biases or whatever. I feel awkward, you know?
I'm sure some cultures
So
it's like not like you don't talk about like I know there's a lot of cultures where people talk about their weights, especially like for example Asian cultures, but I know some cultures like you probably just don't talk about that stuff. Do you know what I mean? So maybe she's just in a culture where it's like inappropriate to talk about that type of stuff.
mhm, yeah. I will say, I am like the kind of person that if I see something, I'm gonna say something. But if sometimes if I don't notice it, I will be upfront. Like I've had close ones before who've asked me straight up, like, have you can you notice? Can you know? And I'm like, honestly, like I can't I see you every single day. I can't tell. But when I do notice, I say something. And that's the thing, is like I'm you don't have to lie. You don't have to lie. But she is obviously knows that her friend has lost a lot of weight. So if you can tell, you should say something,
I agree.
that's
That's pretty
yeah,
much
I
it.
think
So
this is a
yes.
learning moment for her.
So in conclusion, what do you think?
Yeah, I think she was being an a-hole. She needs to be a better friend and just um say something.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm going to move on to the next one. The next one is called, well, the post is called, Am I the A-hole for posting about my weight loss? A few months back, I started a weight loss journey as I realized how much my weight was affecting my confidence and self worth. I had gone through a stressful year and was using food to satiate my feelings. I also wanted to get my BMI, which I know is full, back into the healthy range due to high blood pressure and diabetes running in my family. I've lost 12 pounds so far. Good job. I don't really talk about my diet or weight loss with anyone else other than my partner and my dad, who are also doing their own things to lose weight. However, I have been posting my weight loss updates on my Facebook so my family can see this journey, as it is something that I am proud of and I've been working really hard to lose this weight. I've done this like 3 times so far. One of my friends, one, however, has started getting upset when I post these updates and talked to the other mutuals that we had about it, and they think I'm an a hole for celebrating my weight loss. It hasn't, however, been said to my face, but I've since had messages from the mutuals telling me I'm being an a hole.
What? I'm confused.
So, from my understanding, people think she's an a hole because she's posting her weight loss update.
No, I get what's happening. I'm just confused at how I don't understand why the friends would think that she's an a-hole. Or they, sorry, why they are an a-hole. I think that if this is helping them on their journey, then for more power to them. Maybe they're upset because they feel like their friend this person is rubbing it in everyone's face, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think if you can't share your like wins with your friends, then they're not your friends,
Mic
right?
drop. Totally. Totally. Like that's literally with friends like these. Like I don't understand. That's yeah. That's. It seems like they're having some of their own issues, and yeah, I think OP needs new friends. Unfortunately, but see, look, they're able to share everything with their partner and dad, and they should be able to share those things with the friend too.
I'm just so surprised. Like anyone, whenever I've lost weight, like friend-wise, they've always been very supportive.
Hmm.
It's pretty surprising that like, they would think she's an a-hole for that. And the only thing, okay, I like to try to think about it from everyone's perspective. The only other reason I would say that maybe they think that she's an a-hole is maybe if some of her friends have eating disorders, and so it's hard. She didn't disclose that though, so we can't say that's for sure. But that's the only reason why maybe they would be upset. So it's my only thought.
Hmm. Well, okay, caveat, right? Right. So they have eating disorders, and then OP is aware of this, and then is also aware that they're going to be seeing all the posts. And then I get it, it's probably insensitive knowing that they're going to be viewing this. Um,
But who
so I
knows?
don't
We
know
don't
how to
know.
handle that. I really don't know like what the answer is for that. But I think based on the information we have, you should be able to post whatever you want. And like you said, Maddie, if you can't share your wins with your friends, then yeah,
You need some
who
new
can you
friends.
share them with? Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
So some of the comments, this person says, not the a-hole. Post about your success and things you're happy about on social media. Fake friends if they don't care about your personal journey. That sounded really weird.
Agreed.
But yeah.
Yeah, totally. They're fake friends, or unfortunately, are triggered. In which case, I'm sorry. Like, again, we don't know, but
But yeah, so pretty much 100% for this story, not the a-hole. And congrats on losing 12 pounds so far. That's amazing.
yeah. But
Wait,
it's good that they have a support system. We're gonna
yeah,
say sorry.
no, it's okay. Have you actually ever seen what 10 pounds of fat looks like? That's a
I
lot.
have.
Like you've seen those like little things, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. So like 12
Yep.
pounds, that's a lot. So that's
That's a
awesome.
lot. Especially if they're working out because they're probably also gaining muscle. So it's not showing on the scale. The it's not dropping as quickly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, I'm going to read our last story. This one's a bit longer, so bear with me. The title is Am I the a-hole for feeling like my family and friends are sabotaging my weight loss efforts and ruining my birthday? So I've been losing weight, 81 pounds since July actually.
Wow.
That's amazing. Good job.
It's quite the journey.
Agreed. Anyways, I've done it through keto until about 8 weeks ago, and then I added Noom/calorie counting and upped my workouts quite a bit. I feel fantastic. It has become a very big part of my life, and all my family and friends are very aware of it. My family and friends have not jumped on the bandwagon with me. They still eat junk food and way too much regularly. They always act like, poor you, I bet you miss whatever, while I'm completely happy and satisfied. I have cheat days, very rarely, like one meal in the past 8 weeks. For the most part, they respect my diet and back off, and I do not push my diet on them. My birthday is on June 1st. This whole thing started when I told everyone I had to work on my birthday, a 10-hour shift. I'm happy with this, and it's not a big deal. My kids wanted to celebrate, so we planned to do something the day before. My husband mentioned getting me a cake, and I said, nah, I'm feeling really good. I will save that cheat for when I'm really having a craving. Fast forward to this past week, and everyone suddenly is making plans for my birthday. Great, I feel so loved. They're thinking of me. Best friends ask about what I want to eat on my birthday. I mentioned I'm not going to cheat. I feel great. Her response is, you better have a cheat day. I got you some awesome cookies. I tell my husband I will just let him and the kids eat cookies, and I'll tell her I love them. Then his mom asked to take me to dinner the day before. Wonderful, I can plan somewhere that fits into my diet and enjoy my family. I tell my husband maybe I will have a cheat night that night and get right back on the plan the next day. But I'm not sure yet. Husband then comes in this morning and tells me he's ordered me a cake with the kids, but it won't be picked up until my actual birthday. I get upset and let him know the only day I was even considering was the day before my birthday, and that I don't feel like anyone is concerned with how I want to celebrate my birthday. I mentioned that if he gets that cake that weekend and not the one night, he knows the kids will want to see me eat it, and boom, cheat night becomes a huge weekend deal. He acts offended, cuts me off, and leaves. Am I the a hole? I feel like I've been more than polite, but everyone has made such a huge deal about food for my birthday. However, all of it goes against my diet. I feel that they see me working hard and shrinking, and they just don't care about my feelings here. It's really hard to give up sugar, and I've done everything I can think of to let them know nicely. Also, they encouraged me to give up on this the last time I lost weight, too. Am I the a hole for being upset that everyone is buying me junk food for my birthday when I've been dieting the majority of the year?
Yeah. I think there's so much happening here, but I think the main thing is I'm just gonna say they're not the a-hole, right? I think this person has been working really, really hard and seeing these amazing results, and it's really hard. Like they said, it's so hard to give up sugar. That is like there's sugar in everything. Oh my gosh. When you
You
start,
know,
oh my gosh, dude, I did this time I'm doing keto, and I've done keto before in the past, and um aside from just not eating sugar, like you can't have bread, you can't have certain vegetables because they have sugar in them, like there you can't have sauces, you like all the things that make food good.
life worth living.
Like yeah, like, and so it's so hard, and to know that they've been working through all of those feelings and being like, you know what, planning out their cheat days. I think the family just has to bend for this person and just say, you know what, you're having a cheat day. This is like they're literally telling their family, this is when my cheat day is going to be. I will, eat whatever I want that night. So make sure you have the cake ready. Don't wait until the last minute and then be upset that, the cake that I'm not going to eat the cake on the day that you buy it. Like my cheat day was last night and I'm sorry it's late. So and that's messed up of the husband too. He obviously knows the kids are gonna want to see her enjoy the cake. And it's so hard. And also just like eating in general, like it's that's how people celebrate. So I get everybody is like, oh, let me do something for you, but and that's the first thing they can think of to do because they're not on the same journey. So it just sucks. No, I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
mean,
she's the a-hole.
I agree. I think that it's hard though because at specific points we were all like doing keto together. I don't know if you remember. I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Um, and there were specific people that weren't doing keto, and so we were all trying to like make it work for everybody. Do you know what I mean? And I know it's
Mhm.
hard, but I mean, if it's specifically for this one person, I think you kind of do whatever that you need to do for them. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, my aunt, she has a lot of dietary restrictions, so we always make sure to have food that, she can eat too as well when we have, functions, because obviously we don't want her to like not be able to eat. But she also does bring her own food like that she specifically wants to eat too, that she knows she can eat. But
And
we do
it's
like,
not like
try to
everybody gets upset,
yeah,
like you're eating what you're eating, that's fine. Like people aren't going to be throwing a fit because you're not being a part of the meal in that other way. So, yeah.
and I just don't think you should make that big a deal about food in general. Like I get like people, have issues with food and everything. And but like I don't know. I feel like a lot of people like plan things around the food, which I totally get. Like for example, Thanksgiving, obviously that's about food. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like, you should also just care about, being around your friends and your family and you should make it more about that than about the food. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah, and if the food is such a big deal, then maybe plan other stuff. Like you can plan an activity, like you can do if you can't do like escape rooms or things like that, or um then you can plan some games or plan something active that you can do that even so maybe if there is a little bit of a cheat involved, like there's still some activity going on, I
To
don't know,
make up for
balance it
it.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah, just show her that you're understanding where they're coming from, and that you're not dismissing this whole journey that they're on.
I agree. Like, I don't know, go on a family hike.
Yeah, that would be fun. That's a fun birthday thing, and I'm sure OP would appreciate that.
Exactly. You just have to
But
think
as
about what it
as
is
they
for the person.
mentioned,
Oh, sorry.
exactly, as they mentioned, they've tried this before, and the whole family encouraged them to lose weight, or sorry, encouraged them um to give up on the journey.
That's what's crazy to me. Like, I don't know. I would never expect someone in your family to like discourage you to do something good for yourself. It's kind of crazy.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
and unfortunately, a lot of times it's just family being selfish because they know that it's just harder for them to do these things that are bad for them when they're watching you not do those things, you know?
yeah, so I actually want to talk about keto. So
Mhm.
I did keto pretty hardcore for a while with with my friends and even with my family, but I was not doing it very well, I guess, in some ways. I didn't know that if you didn't eat specific things, you could hurt your damage your body. So I actually ended up getting a gallbladder infection and ended up having to get my gallbladder removed. So I just want to point out that it's always important to understand how these diets work and to make sure you're doing them correctly because I didn't do it correctly and now I don't have a gallbladder. Um, so I do know probably
Mhm.
I did even tell you and your sister, I was like, hey, make sure you guys are eating healthy when you're like eating specific things during this diet, which I was not. And I remember your sister was like, well, yeah, duh. And I was like, ah, well, I didn't do that. But I don't know, just hearing this, I'm like, oh God, I did kind of tell you guys to be careful about that. I hope you guys didn't think I was telling you not to do it. It's just you have to be careful.
No, I think what you said is so right. You have to understand the diet and you have to also understand your body and what your body needs. Not everybody's body is going to need the same stuff. And so while it is amazing that this person has lost this much weight, I hope that they're taking care of themselves and doing it right. Actually they mentioned Noom. Have you ever heard of Noom?
No, I haven't. Have you?
Yeah, I signed up for it, but I never the next step was to pay for it, and so I wasn't that committed. I was like, I was gonna try it out and see how it works.
How did it work?
They just encourage eating everything, and you can set exactly what your dietary restrictions are gonna be. So say like if you have like allergies or whatever, like you just put all that information in, and then they tell you it's calorie counting, but it's supposedly focused on your the psychological uh aspects. I don't know. I honestly I need to look it up again because it's been so long. But I remember when I was signing up, it asked me questions like why do you eat? Like when you do have like a bag of chips, like how are you feeling when you do that? Things like that. And I was like, what the
Hmm,
what kind of questions are these? But they really try to get to like the root of the problem or like the root of what's going on with you. And so
that's
I really like
interesting.
that.
Yeah, I just used Livestrong when I was younger, and then I moved on to MyFitnessPal, and those were kind of the only ones I've used. I like calorie counting. For me, that's what works over doing like keto and stuff. So that's what I generally do. I kind of get crazy about
How's
it though, because I
your how's
like,
your journey going?
for me, pretty good. You know, it's so different now though without like a gallbladder. It might sound really weird, but like I have to be very careful about what I eat now. I can't eat high fat foods. I have not eaten an avocado probably in like 2 years, um, just because it will destroy my stomach because I just don't have the ability to process that anymore,
Because
the
of
high
the
fats.
oils.
But it's good because it's kind of like being on a diet without being on a diet because I can't eat specific foods anymore. So, for example, I used to eat hot Cheetos like every week. I haven't eaten hot Cheetos in probably 2 years since the surgery because I did eat them one time and it was the worst experience of my life. So I don't eat hot Cheetos anymore. And I know that
Mhm.
you know I used to eat them all the time.
Oh yeah, that was your go-to snack. I remember. That's my
Luck-
go-to snack too.
Luckily, though, I have no issue with dairy, so I can still have like coffee and stuff. That's totally fine. It's just like I don't know, heavy fatty stuff and like hot Cheetos. Anything spicy. I love Korean food. Haven't eaten any Korean food because it hurts my stomach. I can't process spicy food anymore. So sad, but it's actually made me kind of be on a diet. And so I just eat healthy now, like salads, and I eat a lot of vegetables more than I used to ever eat, even on keto. Um,
Awesome.
so, and it's working for me. Just that and like just walking. That's what I do. How has your journey been? Because I know that you've been doing that, right? You've been doing the bet.
It's going okay. The recording part of it, I've not been doing so great at. We did not do the app thing that I talked about last time. So we were just kind of like continuing to record things on our own, like in our own way. And I dropped the ball big time on that. So I'm kind of nervous to see. I mean, we're still at the very beginning, so I can turn it around, but I've been, in terms of like action, like how I've been doing perfectly fine. I had a cheat weekend, and then so the week after that, it was a little hard to start back up on the working out and everything, but the eating was fine. But yeah, that's been the biggest thing, because that's the biggest lifestyle change that I've made. Like I've had already stopped with the sugary drinks and stuff like that, because I haven't been having like regular soda, or I haven't had any sugar. Like I've been doing all substitutes for since I did keto the first time. And also when I had my baby, I had gestational diabetes. So that kind of forced me into that. Um, but I I've just continued into that, right? So that wasn't the biggest thing. The food, it's hard like not having carbs, but that wasn't the hardest thing. The hardest thing was working out. So it's something I'm trying to get back into the flow of, um, just to make sure that I do it the 4 times a day. 4 times. Why do I say 4 times a day every time? It's like my mind wants to ramp up into like this hardcore fitness lifestyle that I'm just not ready for.
Maybe you are ready for it then.
Maybe I
Maybe.
am ready. See, that's what's gonna push me back into it, right? I'm just gonna start being like, all right, once in the morning, once in the middle of the day, once after
Yeah,
dinner.
when you wake up, you do some push-ups. Then later on, you just do some squats.
Yeah, maybe I need to break up my workout into 4 sessions, 4 15-minute sessions, and then, you know, I don't know.
Get your heart pumping during different parts of
Uh,
the day.
yeah, you know, getting ready to go back into the office. Like I have been working a large part remotely, and we're going to be going back in like 2 to 3 days a week. So that is going to present a challenge because my commute is kind of far. So I need to find a way to keep the workouts in, when I'm getting home super late. And yeah, maybe that is actually a good solution, is just like working out a little in the morning and then a little at night. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated, and definitely you, Maddie.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. We'll both keep each other updated on that stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, thanks for these stories, Maddie. I feel like this was such an interesting topic, because something that I don't think we ever really think about when we're deciding to get started on a weight loss journey is, um, like how your outside influences are going to affect your progress, right? You're always thinking about like, how can I stay on this for real this time? At least personally, I'm always like, how is it going to work this time? But I never think about how the people around me affect my progress.
Yeah, I
So,
know. That's why when I saw these, I was like, wow, this is actually pretty interesting, and it's good just to think about like as we're, on our journeys.
yeah, totally. And it makes especially that story about the girl being, you know, trying to be a better friend and try to, I mean, I don't know, I'm putting those vibes onto her. It's like just be good to the people around us and notice things like that. And I hope that I can, it just makes me think about a lot of things. I hope that I can just support my friends in their own journeys, like even if it's not mentioning that, a compliment or whatever, if it's just checking in and asking about how the journey is going. I feel like that's so important too.
I agree.
Yeah. So I hope you guys liked these stories. Please let us know how what you thought of them. Are any of these things that you've experienced in your own personal weight loss journey or your own personal fitness goals? And also, be sure to tell us what you would like to hear about in the future. I really enjoy Am I the A-hole stories. I feel like it's a really good opportunity for me and you, Maddie, to just kind of see where we stand on different topics. And
Yeah, I love the
um,
discussions we have.
Totally. So please make sure to subscribe to our wherever you're listening to this. Make sure you're subscribed and you have those notifications turned on so you are notified when we drop a new episode. Please, if you know someone that would be into this, please be sure to share this with whoever in your life. And also, please make sure you rate our show if you really enjoy it, because those ratings mean a lot. So, thank you guys for being here with us for another week. We look forward to talking to you next week.
Bye.
Bye bye. I need some coffee.